The transplant has finally been completed. JR is in stable condition.
Oh, thank God. Did you hear that? My son is going to live.
Well, JR is in better condition than he was in last night, but he's not completely out of the woods yet. We still have to see if the transplant will take. And we're keeping up all precautions to avoid potential infection, the sterile gowns, hats, gloves, the germicidal light setup.
But JR has defied all the odds. I think this transplant is going to be a rousing success.
Dad is right. JR has fought so hard. He won't give up now.
Let's hope so.
Well, if that is not a miracle, I don't know what is.
He's gonna be okay. I thought I'd lost him, and then...
Something brought him back.
I feel like if I take my eyes off of him, something bad will happen to him again.
Oh, Colby, you know, as you said, JR's come this far.
Hey.
You okay? You look pretty out of it.
I am. I was just in the chapel and I had this weird dream. It was about Dixie, and she kept trying to tell me something about my children. I couldn't understand what it was.
Hi. I couldn't stay away at the spa any longer. I wanted to come see how JR was doing.
It's good to see you. Thank you for saving my son's life.
How is he?
He's stable, finally. On the road to recovery.
Oh, that is great. I'm so happy.
Yes.
Oh, Annie. How sweet of you to stop by. It must have been so hard to step away from that masseuse.
Colby.
It's all right. It's all right, Adam. Colby is entitled to her feelings. It's been a really upsetting time for everybody.
So, what are you doing here? Because the sight of you might kill JR.
I'm family, Colby, whether you like it or not.
You do look a little tired. Why don't you go on home? I'll meet up with you later.
You want me to leave?
Well, I think it's not a good idea to have JR watching people fighting outside of his room.
I can't believe you're trying to get rid of me. After what I did for JR?
And what exactly have you done for JR? Why don't you tell us what you supposedly did for JR?
Stop browbeating her.
I'd like to know the answer to that. I mean, I'm sure JR would too.
No, I just meant that I have done a lot for JR by being here for Adam and his family.
And how were you there for us? You ran off to a spa when JR almost died.
Colby, I think it's time we get to Damon's trial.
Just stay away from my brother.
Colby doesn't know what you've done, but I do. And I'll never forget it.
Hi. Hi. I'm worried about Adam. I know the toll that this is taking on him, and, you know, in typical Adam fashion, he's trying to hide it from everyone.
And I have a feeling that the current Mrs. Chandler certainly isn't helping the situation much.
Thinks I want to seduce him. You know, my only concern is his health.
You know, there are not many ex-wives who would be so caring about their former husbands, especially when that husband was Adam Chandler.
Well, listen, you know, it wasn't easy being married to him, and there were definitely times that I wanted to kill him, but, you know, that was a long time ago, and this has been a difficult year for him. You know, he lost Stuart, and he almost lost JR. And I know what that's like, you know, to lose somebody that you love. And that's when Adam was his best with me.
Then you make sure that he takes care of himself, because that is the very best thing and the best way that you can help him, even if Annie is in the way.
Annie has decided to head on home. Would you mind going with her?
Well, you look like you could use some rest. Why don't you go on home with her?
Oh,
And you know, JR will be here when you come back.